Hi, it's Gab. Well, it's the end of the summer, and there's not many movies left to choose from. This weekend we've got Final Destination something or other and Halloween something or other. The numbers don't matter because I ain't gonna see them. But there is a film that's been sort of haunting me all summer that I hadn't had a chance to see, but the more I'd heard about it, I really wanted to see it, and that is The Hurt Locker. And even some Gab and Dad viewers have sort of requested or suggested that we check this movie out. And the final impetus for me was that I was invited to join in with a monthly movie group, like a book club, and this is the movie they were going to be discussing. So no more excuses. I had to go check out The Hurt Locker. It's been playing, I think, for about 2 months. And those of you who are familiar with all kinds of films, I'm sure have heard of it by now and maybe seen it. The Hurt Locker is about Iraq, but it's not a political film. It focuses on a specific small team of a bomb disposal unit, and basically just this group of guys who has to go out and dispose of bombs or suspected bombs, defuse them, or otherwise disengage them to save lives, to keep themselves safe, as well as the people who actually live in these countries such as Iraq, where this is a daily reality, this sort of risk. And so it's about the daily reality of this risk for these guys, these soldiers in this unit. The central figure being this character, James, played by Jeremy Renner, who is pretty much unknown. I sort of recognized him from 28 Weeks Later and the assassination of Jesse James. He's been around, but he's not a marquee name, although I think he should be. He's my new little crush for now. He was really, really good. And he's sort of the leader of this small, tight band of brothers who do this. And he's your typical, he's the cowboy, he's the hot shot who walks in when other people want to run away, who doesn't follow protocol, and who really gets off on the thrill of what he does. He's a thrill seeker, you could say, and it's in his blood more than even the other guys who he works with, who sort of are in awe of him and also kind of resent him because he's so dangerous. But it's his attitude that gets the job done when others, no one else could do it. The character reminded me of Dennis Leary's character on Rescue Me, if you are familiar with the show Rescue Me, who, just that hotshot guy who gets away with crazy stuff, which saves lives but is also very risky. And so Hurt Locker just follows these guys in their tour of duty, and is a sequence of set pieces that are both basically focused on various scenarios of different kinds of bomb situations, almost CSI-like in a way, where they're trying to figure out, is it a bomb, how to defuse it, and how to deal with the scenario that's going on around them, because there's not just the bomb that's being dealt with in most instances, it's also the situation of the location and who's watching them, and how the spectators might also be players in the dangerous scenario, and what the soldiers have to deal with to defuse the whole situation, not just the bomb. And it's just this constant string of these episodes. So of course, very tense, almost constant tension running throughout this entire film because of all of these scenarios, just one after the other, almost completely unrelenting. And in between are scenes of the guys getting along or not getting along, and dealing with their own insecurities, issues that come with being a soldier in this kind of situation. And so a bit of the male kind of interactions and dynamics that go along with that, interspersed in between. So it's an action movie, it's also character studies, all interspersed. So there's a lot of levels going on there. It's not a particularly political film, so if you're averse to Iraq-centric films or the genre in general, I wouldn't classify it as such. It's about action, it's about suspense, and it's about characters to a certain degree. Now, the problem I had with this film, I respected on all of those levels, and artistically, the director, Catherine Bigelow, I mean, she knows what she's doing. There's no doubt about that, and the way that the scenes are directed and paced, and the tone of them is all top-notch. I expected to be more engaged and feel more tense than I did. And so that is the disappointment for me, that I didn't feel as much as I thought I was going to feel from this film. I kept thinking back to District 9, which, if you've seen my review of District 9, really I was very psyched about. It made me feel, I was engaged, and it was a very visceral experience for me. And this I felt slightly removed from. Now, someone in the film group commented that because he sees Iraq War and such similar images on television in the media all the time, that it sort of blunts it dulls the effect a little bit. And that might be what I attribute this to, because again, compared to District 9, I mean, you don't see that kind of sci-fi scenario on the news, and so it's so fresh that you are intrigued, and it strips away that certain level of being removed that I felt with this subject matter. The other problem for me was the engagement in the actual characters. They were very well-drawn characters, but maybe because of the fact of them being soldiers, again, there was that level where I didn't feel entirely in tune with what was going on with them, and there wasn't really character arcs, so to speak. And so again, there was that remove for me where I cared about what was going on, but not to a higher degree, the degree that I expected to. And just the character development didn't engage me as much, and the story arc as well. There really isn't a story arc. As I said, it's a series of set pieces about different scenarios, and the film is structured as a countdown to when these guys get released from this particular call of duty. So it's a day countdown. 30 days left, 20 days left, and that's really what gives it the structure, and that works because it has to. But beyond that, there isn't that sense of direction or destination that we're typically used to. So in that sense, it's not typical mainstream fare, which is a benefit. But after hearing about this film for 2 months, I guess my expectations were a bit aggrandized compared to how I ultimately felt. It was very satisfying. It was entertaining, but it was missing a bit something for me. I know many people won't agree with that, but that was just my take on it. But a satisfying film to come to the end of the summer with. I would certainly recommend it. It's probably going to have there's some Oscar buzz about it, so try to check it out if this kind of material interests you. There's definitely a lot of things going for it. But that's pretty much the summer. So Gab and Dad are going to try to do a summer wrap-up, walk down memory lane of the past few months, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about the summer overall, and what you'd like us to review for September. It's a bit of an odd slate. Nothing's really jumping out at me yet, so if you have any recommendations, please do. Please comment, rate, and of course, subscribe. Thanks for watching.